Today, the CEO of TikTok testified before Congress, and I watched quite a bit of it, and he lied a whole lot. He says it's a place for free speech and free expression, yet Timcast IRL was banned from TikTok for no reason. We are considered fence sitters. We have a very calm and rational academic approach on our main show. We have an uncensored show where it's a bit more vulgar, but we don't put that stuff on TikTok. No, they banned us for obvious political reasons. I want to tell you about how TikTok is preying on vulnerable people. And I want to show you this video from Clown World on Twitter. Horace, it, he pronouns. Okay, let's play this video.
My name is Horace, and I'm a red-tailed hawk. In our world, I do have the body of a hawk, but while fronting, I consider myself a Therian, because I am in a human body, but my identity is still a hawk. Not all animal alters will identify this way, and I am, in fact, the only animal alter in our system who does identify this way. I am doing my best to come to terms with living in a human body. My name is Horace.
Now, maybe it's a joke. I don't know. This could be someone doing a bit or a gag, but I really doubt it because we've seen this for quite some time. Otherkin and trans species and things like this. I'll tell you what's actually going on with TikTok. Autistic individuals, in the literal sense, don't know how to socialize or fit in and are being shown a whole bunch of videos that say things like this. They then, will just agree with, say, whatever they think they need to fit in because they don't understand proper social cues. This person is not a red-tailed hawk. There is no inner world. There is no such thing as an animal alter. What's happening is they're being fed algorithms on TikTok, which is destroying the minds of vulnerable people. From the Wrap, House committee rails against TikTok as CEO defends app. Quote, algorithm preys on vulnerable people. Testifying before the House Energy and Commerce Committee, TikTok CEO Shou Zi-Chew tried to allay concerns from Congress and the Biden administration about Chinese government influence on the company and how the app could be used for propaganda and to capture personal information from users. But you see, here's the problem. These people in Congress have no idea what the problem is. And half of the government is comprised of people as unwell as that young woman who thinks she's a bird. She's not a bird. She's a human being. Trying to come to terms with living in a human body, she says, well, no, you're just a human in a human body. And that's the issue. People like this are getting in government. And when they're in government, you have a hypoxic lobe. You will not be able to save yourself from drowning if half your brain is corrupted and damaged. And that's the problem. If the committee's interviewing, questioning the CEO of TikTok were all of sound mind, there would be no question. TikTok would be banned outright, but they are not. It's a combination of dotards and mentally hypoxic individuals. TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, etc. have corrupted the minds. Social media algorithms have corrupted the minds of people who have low mental fortitude. And they're in government, and they will not let you take away from them. Therein lies the problem. If TikTok is part of the problem, how do we ban TikTok if TikTok is the poison by which people are unable to think properly? We're screwed. That's it. TikTok needs to be banned, but Democrats are now coming out and defending it. Why? Because their deranged and unwell constituency want this because they like the drugs. It is a mental drug. Of course, they'll never give it up. So how do you get popular support to ban something that is destroying people's minds? I have no idea. The Biden admin has suggested it might take actions to ban the social media app in the U.S. if ByteDance does not sell its ownership of TikTok to an American company. There are interested buyers as the app has around 150 million U.S. users. Recently, the company was accused of spying on American journalists. Committee Chair Rep. Kathy McMorris Rogers opened the hearing with a searing rebuke of the app, warning Shah that the world is watching. The staff report from the Commerce Committee advised that TikTok's surveillance capacity and practices require scrutiny given the platform's ties to the Chinese Communist Party. The staff report continued to state that from 2014 to 17, the CCP passed several laws requiring all Chinese tech companies to allow CCP officials to access user data. This is nothing I care about. I mean, look, we don't want Chinese spies or anything, but they don't get it. What's actually happening is our brain is being corrupted by these programs. I believe China knows this. I believe that's why the CEO is smiling, laughing, because he knows user data is not the issue. The corruption of the American people is, but the government is already corrupted. It's like a witch turning people into zombies, and you're standing along the zombies being like, you better stop doing this spell casting. Right, everybody? And the zombies are like, "Brr," and you're like, how come nobody's agreeing with me on this one? You lost already, dude. The crazy thing is, if we truly lived in an authoritarian, despotic regime, we wouldn't have to worry about this stuff. That's a scary reality. The argument among those who are more libertarian-minded is decentralization is better, and to a great degree it is. But corruption can arise, and then you get an emergency. A true philosopher king can save you from that emergency, but there's no guarantee that they are the true philosopher king. You may just give more power to the bad guys. How do you solve for these problems? I guess the only way these things ever change is through revolution, and that's a scary process, a scary thought. Here's what I see. With TikTok corrupting the minds of young people, with YouTube, Twitter, etc., doing the same thing. The people whose brains have been plagued by this are now unable to see out of the brain plague and just say, you're trying to ban us because we're progressive. Dude, I don't care if you're progressive, but you are not a hawk. You are not a bird, dude. How am I supposed to run a country and a civilization if that person thinks she's a bird? She's not. Is that the reality we're going to live in? So what do? Congress cannot solve the problem. TikTok will not be banned. Voting in a politician who doesn't know what the problem is, or one who just agrees with these hypoxic individuals, is also not going to solve the problem. I don't have the answers. I mean, maybe Donald Trump. You need a strong man. You need someone who will come in and sign an executive order banning TikTok outright. Let me show you what else we have going on. Clown World's got all the videos, man. Take a look at this. It's a video of people. Let me zoom in for you. Wow, that's crazy. I don't want to play that high shrieking noise. The guy just says, this is crazy. This is an Ulta right now. And you know what? I think there's another video of a similar but different moment. Take a look at this. It's a different store. These people are just going into stores, filling up black garbage bags with expensive product, and they leave. They probably go to someone and say, I'll sell you this stuff for $50. That's it. I don't care. I don't want to deal with it. Then that person buys it and then go sell it at a pop-up or wherever. I bet what they'll do is if you ever go to Los Angeles, there are areas where they have pop-up makeshift markets. People are just selling stuff. You'll find all this there for dirt cheap. This is what's happening to our civilization right now, because I have to politically debate someone who thinks they're a bird, or somebody who is white who thinks they're black when they're not, or lies pretending to be because they want political points. How are we supposed to solve for this problem? I think we need to ban TikTok first. And there's arguments about whether or not social media should be allowed at all. Look, I make my living off of social media. I think it's a good thing for a lot of reasons. But we have to have cultural and moral limits. We have to have shame. If you don't, then things just run amok. If everybody agrees certain things are shameful, and we do, don't get me wrong, like if that woman who said she's a bird made a video where she climbed a tree and took a dump on a car, everyone from left to right would be like, that's shameful. But the idea of what is shameful or not shameful to the right and the left are very, very different. And so the left allows and supports people who are unwell in the head, saying, I'm a bird, I'm actually a bird. There's that one famous video where the woman's like, I am a doll, I am an inanimate object, and I am occupying a human. No, you're not. You're just a kid who's confused. They're seeking validation. They're seeking understanding in a cruel world. And so they're deferring to social media apps where the algorithms are intentionally feeding them mind-altering content, which destroys their ability to think. And that person votes against me. They vote against you. You're a guy who works in a factory. You're a guy who works in a warehouse. You want to feed your family and just get by. Guess what? When you vote for Trump, they vote for Biden. That mentally unwell person is voting. Democrats want more of it. And the more they get of it, the worse the problem will become, until you get absolute idiocracy and there is no way to actually solve the issue. So I'll say it now. The first thing and foremost thing we can do is ban TikTok outright. Just ban it. Because the algorithms are controlled by foreign entities. I understand this idea we're like, we'll sell it to an American entity. That's not going to solve the immediate problem. Ban it outright. Otherwise, we're doomed. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up tonight at 8 p.m. over at youtube.com/TimcastIRL. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all then.